All right, welcome guys. Thanks so much for being here today. I'm going to share my face here in a second. Awesome. Welcome to 10X headquarters, guys. So, thanks so much for being here today, guys. This topic was chosen because I've had the privilege to work with over 1,000 companies now working for Grant Cardone. And I know every single one of you guys here, you got invited because I work with you guys. And because I found a common theme amongst all the companies that I've been working with, you know, it's disengagement amongst the staff, okay? Doesn't matter how much your team trains, doesn't matter how much you motivate them, doesn't matter what spiffs you guys throw out there. Dude, if they're disengaged, they're not going to change. So today's all about re-engaging your staff. So for those that are on here that came in early, thanks so much for being here today. There is a chat option. Just for everybody watching this, just to know the vast variety of clients I work with. If you guys can in that chat, write out the industry that you're in. Okay? So everybody that's on here, I want you to type out what industry you're in. We got property management. All right? So property management in the house. Okay, I want you to get right. We got insurance, cell phone sales, furniture sales, another cellular. Where you have automotive, we have SaaS. Okay, look at all these industries. Step one, automotive group, power sports, retail furniture, cell phone, hotel management and development. Okay, so I've had the privilege to work with so many different industries. We got plumbers, 1-800-plumbers. Let's go, Mike Collins. Let's go, Herschel. Financial services, Mills Automotive Group, okay? So I've been working with Grant for 3 years now, okay? When I first started, I started on our sales team. I was one of the sales employees. Now we created this department over here, actually all behind me. This is our performance management group. Hey guys, say hi to everybody on here. So we got a huge 10X team here to support all you guys. I really appreciate it. So, guys, I'm really passionate about this because I care about your guys' success. I care about your people. You know, there's no incentive for me doing this here today other than the fact that I get to help every single person in here grow, help your people. Because if they're not engaged, if they're not motivated, if they're not increasing every single day, you know, I'm not doing my job as a performance manager, making sure you guys are getting the results on our platform. So let's get started into this. And guys, as you have questions, please put them in the chat here as well. I'll see them as we go. But for those, you know, that put in the industry, guys, look at those industries. This is proof that, you know, our training products are non-industry specific, okay? We literally work, you know, with every single industry. There's yet to be an industry I've found where Cardone University doesn't work. So today is employee disengagement. Where I got this information from is from a 3-day boot camp that Grant delivered last month, okay? Grant did a deep dive for business owners and managers in our business boot camp, okay? We had 500 private attendees in a classroom, and today I'm sharing with you 2 pages from that boot camp and giving it my own twist, my own spin based on my personal opinion and expertise with working with clients like you guys on this call. So, let's get started. Again, I want to help you guys. I want to 10X your life. I want to 10X your income, your people's income, and I want to 10X your guys' business. This is much more than just getting your guys to do training. This is much more than getting on a review call with me, trying to figure out what problems you're having so we can solve them. Like, I really want to help get you in a new financial position, and I really want to help your people getting in a new financial position. Cardone University has helped increase my personal income by 450%. Okay, I'm an individual. Just an individual increased my income by 450%. Imagine if every single one of your employees, imagine yourself getting that type of increase. Imagine your business getting that type of increase. So, number one problem in your business today is not what most people think. It's not we're not getting enough customers right now, because guess what? Your employees can go out into the marketplace and get customers. It's not we're not spending enough money on ads. It's not that we don't have special systems in place. It's our employees are disengaged, okay? 70% of all employees are disengaged at work. Okay? So 7 out of 10 of your people are not fully focused, are not fully aware, are not even cognizant when they're doing their day-to-day activities. So what is the ultimate cause of disengagement? What is causing our employees to be checked out, dismissive? Okay? And this goes for every level, from executive to manager to salesperson to operations to service. Okay? The only reason someone would be disengaged in their job and their primary flow of income is because of financial illiteracy. Okay? Financial illiteracy at every level, every position within the company is the major reason amongst this disengagement. If I'm a manager in charge of 10 people, 5 people, 20 people, 2 people, if I'm a manager and if I'm not hitting production targets, if I'm not getting my team to hit production targets, okay, it's probably because I don't have a financial strategy in place that drives me every single day to keep pushing, to keep encouraging, to try new things, to motivate. If I'm a salesperson, if I don't know how much money I'm making, what the plan, what the strategy is, if I don't have a manager directing me towards a financial cause, you know, why would I be engaged? Okay? And if they're disengaged at their primary flow of income, their job, it's just because there's something they don't know. So we got to educate them. Okay? They got to be talking about money. You guys need to be talking to your team about money. Whether they're working minimum wage, whether they're strictly commission, whether they're making $20 an hour, whether they're making $500,000. I know we got a couple of those here on the call. I know we got some millionaires on the call as well. I saw them in the chats. Okay, every level. Doesn't matter if you're making $1 million, $2, $20, 20,000. If I'm making $1 million, and if I don't have a strategy to keep growing within the business, I'm going to be disengaged because I'm going to be comfortable making $1 million. So you guys first need to understand your people's money problem is your money problem. Okay? If your people, if you're managing a team, whether it's in sales, whether it's in service, whether it's in HR, whether it's in accounting, just think about all your people within the organization, not just sales. If anybody in there has money problems, it will become your money problem as an executive, as a leader within the organization. And these are some statistics that we pulled within the US. 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck in the richest nation on this planet. Okay? The majority of the people that are working for you, that are in your business, are living paycheck to paycheck and not having enough money to save. 64% have no money in the savings. $0 in savings because they're living paycheck to paycheck. So what happens, you know, when they have a catastrophe, a medical bill, you know, and they're just at zero? You need to tell them about these things. Like, we got to get them increasing so they can have money set aside. 90% of all people in the U.S. have no clue what their biggest expense in the household is. Okay? In the chat here, who knows what the biggest expense in the household is? I'll give you a shout out. Who knows what the biggest expense in the household is? 90% of America has no clue how much money it is. We got mortgage, we got rent. What else? What else? Mortgage, house payment. Nobody said it yet. Who said taxes? Way to go. So Troy and Arturo Garcia, you guys got it. So 90% of America have no clue that their biggest expense right now is in taxes. Okay? Most people don't even know how much money they're spending in taxes. Like if you, until you go through your W-2 or your K-1, okay? You got to educate them. They need to know how much money they're spending on taxes. They need to make more money. They need to spend more money on taxes. I want to pay more because that means I'm making more. 94% fail financial literacy quiz. That's crazy. 67% of America can't pass basic financial tests. And this is the one I love. And this is like the people we need to be studying. 10% of Americans collect 50% of all income. 10% of Americans own 84% of the wealth. So while if you're looking at this, the majority are living paycheck to paycheck. They have no money in savings. They don't know their biggest expense. They fail a financial quiz, and they can't pass a basic finance test. You need to look at the minority. What are they doing? How do they have 84% of the wealth? Because they educate themselves. They know about it. Most of America like shies away from finances because they don't want to confront it. Okay, so you got to confront it with your people. So to understand that you guys, in order to get better in your money problem, you need to start educating your people about it. Now, what do we do with this? Okay, your people's money problem is your money problem. I'm repeating that over and over again because if they're not making money, it's going to affect your paychecks. So the first step in this is you don't need to solve the problem. You do not need to go out there and solve their money problem. You need to educate them about the situation. All these stats I have, I'm going back to this because I want you guys to write this down. I want you guys to take a screenshot. I want you guys to steal this information. Okay? I want you to take this information right now, and I want you to educate your people with this. Because a lot of your people are comfortable. They're okay with how much they're making. They're like, I'm good. I don't need to get wealthy. I don't need to get rich. I'm okay with the meals I'm eating. I'm okay with not having money in savings. I'm okay with, relying upon, the Social Security program when I get older, which probably won't even be here anymore. So you need to get these numbers down so you can educate them about the situation. You want to push your people, you need to educate them about the situation. You're not there to solve their problem. You guys are managers. You guys are owners. You guys are not in the rehabilitation business, okay? You are not here to save people. You're here to educate them, grow them, and get them to produce, okay? Because if you just try to solve their problem in that, you're going to spend too much time, chasing the wrong people rather than growing an organization and educating them about the situation and making an environment where you provide opportunity to solve the problem. You educate them about the situation. All that they know, they're living paycheck to paycheck. They're looking at their bank account. They got $76 in there, and they're wondering if they have enough money to go have dinner or pay for their gas to get to work, right? So you need to keep providing opportunities to solve the problem. You need to educate them about finances, and you need to provide opportunity to solve it. You need to map out the plan. Okay, how much money do you need to make to be able to save some money aside? Okay, in order to make that amount of income, you need to produce this many sales. You need to do X, Y, and Z to get a bonus, to get a spiff. Me as your manager, me as the owner, I am going to lay out the opportunity that's going to be a win-win situation. I get to grow as a manager, we get to grow as a business, and my sales employees are going to make more money and are going to come home with bigger paychecks. And they're actually going to have some money set aside so they can actually retire. The average American has less than $1,000 to retire upon. It's crazy to me. Like, these are the things that scare me. Like, and I got to go back to this screen of these percentages. Like, if this is not a wake-up call of 64% have no money in savings currently in banks today, and then your people don't even know about finances, no wonder why we can't train them, we can't motivate them, we can't push them to do more, because they don't even know this. Nobody can be fully motivated when their finances are broken. So we got to educate them about the situation over and over again. So you got to keep encouraging them. Hey, I'm laying out an opportunity plan for you. If you hit X amount of sales, you're going to hit your income targets. You're going to hit your bonus. You're going to hit your spiff. Let's say it's a non-commission role. Figure out some way for those departments to where if they did an extra production that affected top line revenue or prevented churn or attrition or whatever, if they're in a non-commission role, get a bonus plan for performance. Okay, try to figure out something that's going to help them. Maybe have them bring in referrals or leads for the sales. Hey, I understand you're in our accounting department. You don't have room for additional income. Well, you can bring a referral. Heck, bring me 10 referrals. I actually just collected money on a referral today. Okay, I brought in a referral today. They just closed. I made $500. Okay, so I mean, anybody, any department, you should create an open policy where it's like, hey, bring me leads, bring me deals. So you got to encourage them, you got to inspire them, and you got to push them. You can't just rely. You just can't have them rely on themselves to push them. You guys are leaders. You guys are managers. You guys are owners. You guys are the one responsible for them. And you guys need to keep them inspired, and you got to keep pushing them. And you guys need to create products and services for short-term and long-term vehicles. Okay? What does that mean? Right now, there's probably a lot of short-term sales right now. We sell a piece of furniture. We sell an insurance plan. You know, we sell an automobile. You know? So right now, that's very short-term commission now. Well, what about like a long-term strategy? Hey, if you hit a certain annual sales, if you hit a certain quarterly thing, you get rewarded with a 2%. You know, but you got to hit these numbers. Okay, so you got to get them to have short-term excitement and long-term excitement. Okay, so how do we get back on track as managers? How can we keep them engaged as the leaders within the organization? Because right now, you guys are the busiest people. The fact that we have so many people on this webinar right now tells me that this is a pressing issue, because you know, most owners, most managers, most team leads at this time of day, they would either be going home or you're busy with admin or desk work. Maybe you guys are sitting at your desk right now getting some work set aside, and I don't have your full attention. Can I have your full attention for those doing that? Can I have your attention, please, for the next 15 minutes? Excellent. Thank you for your attention. So time management facts. These are the things that you guys are currently doing that's preventing you guys from additional activities. So in order to manage something, it's got to exist in your mind. You cannot manage something that doesn't exist. 82% of all sales managers do not have time to train your staff. I'm sure a lot of you guys are nodding your heads right now. That's why you guys invest in Cardone University. You're like, yeah, I don't have time for this. This is not just sales training. This is product training. This is system training. This is how do our communication channels work within the organization. We do not have time to train the staff, and there's no money in training. Me taking time out of my day to train Kriston is not going to make me money. 32% of managers spend time on desk-based work. So the guys that are listening in on this, that may be doing some desk work right now, maybe you're desking a deal. You know, 32% of all managers are spending their time on desk work. Listen to this, listen. 14% of managers spend time with reps and customers, okay? So a lot of organizations, you know, that want their managers doing touch points with their customers, 14% of us are actually spending time doing those. And 14% of them are actually spending time with their sales reps. Because they're going to be busy. You guys are busy doing a whole bunch of other things. 23% of time is spent on admin activities. And this one makes me laugh. And it should be a wake-up call for you guys too. 42% of sales reps actually spend time on sales activities. My sole position as a sales rep, a product specialist, or whatever they call them nowadays, an agent, are actually spending time on sales activities. What are they doing for the other 58% of the time? Okay? It's my sole position to increase income, to produce revenue. Okay? We got to figure out a way to increase the sales activity time. They're not spending too much time on training. They're not spending too much time with customers. Okay? They're not spending enough time. Okay? So the first step in like solving this situation, okay, for everybody on this call, if you have disengaged employees, if you have people that are not financially educated, if you are too busy to take action or create systems, you need to first take full responsibility and ownership of the situation. Whenever you see something within the organization, if I'm an owner, if I'm a team lead, if I'm a manager, if I see something that is off, that's costing us money, that's costing me money, if I see someone checked out, it's not their fault. It's my fault. You need to take full responsibility and ownership. Because in order to control something, and this goes with sales, if you've been training at Cardone University, you should know this. In order to control or make a change, it first starts with taking ownership. It is impossible to control or change something without taking responsibility. You hear it with your salespeople all the time. Oh, he didn't buy because he was cheap. That's not taking full responsibility. Oh, he didn't have enough time. He has to talk to his spouse. He said the payments were too high. He said he had to go home and measure. If you hear your salespeople talking like that, they're not taking full responsibility. Okay? Now, you need to ask yourself, what are you not taking full responsibility towards? My people not training? My people, not hitting execution targets? My employees disengaged? Just like your salespeople are selling, in order for them to control the sale, they have to take full responsibility. In order for you to control your people, you need to take full responsibility. You need to take ownership, because it is impossible to change something without taking responsibility. You can keep blaming all day. You can keep making excuses. You can keep making justifications. And trust me, I hear them all, guys. I've been talking to you guys every single week. Okay? You need to start taking full responsibility to actually make an impact and actually make a change. And I'm saying this with the most love in my heart. I've heard so many people just keep making excuses about their employees. Okay? I can't find great people. My people don't want to train. That's my favorite one. It's if training is an expectation within your store and your people aren't training, what's the point of an expectation? What's the point of being a manager? Because I'm clearly not managing. I'm not owning the situation. And this is the biggest step right now. So if you guys can just write something down, silver bullet, if you want to make a change in something within the organization, you need to commit, you need to take full responsibility. So if you want disengaged employees, you should do the following. Doing a little reverse psychology here. So if you want disengaged employees, this is exactly what you should be doing, okay? Write in your comments right now. Are you guys learning something? Are you guys taking something away? Or is this something just completely, stuff you guys already know? Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Herschel. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Shelly. Thanks, Bristy. Come on, bring it on. Bring it on. Thanks, Tim. So if you want disengaged employees, this is what you should be doing as a manager, as a leader. Have no targets, okay? I don't know how well you guys can see. We have targets all over this room. We got targets when it comes to activity metrics. We have targets when it comes to performance metrics over there. We have more targets and goals on this whiteboard as well. We have targets all over the place. We have Grant that says, what's the target? What's the target? What's the target? Over and over again. So if you want people to be disengaged, have no daily target. Just tell them to go out there and sell and talk to customers. Call the leads. Okay? They're going to be completely disengaged. They're not going to know what to do. They have no direction. To re-engage them, you must have a target. 10X GrowthCon. We had a 35,000 person target. Grant was like, all right, we're gonna rent a stadium and we're gonna fill it with 35,000 people. It's not a rock concert. It's on personal development. Oh, and it's not gonna be one day. It's gonna be 3 days, and it's gonna be on Super Bowl weekend. But yeah, it's gonna be 35,000 people. Everybody thought he was nuts. Everybody said, Grant, it's Super Bowl weekend. It's 3 days. It's personal development. People don't want to pay money. People don't want to pay $2,000 to $10,000 for personal development. There's no way you're going to hit the target. But every single day, Grant had the target, 35,000 people, 35,000 people. If you guys on this call were at 10X GrowthCon, we hit that target, okay? And I'm proud of that. So disengage your staff, have no targets, have no goals, have no long-term vision, have no goal for your employees, have no goals for your company. And targets and goals are completely different, guys. Some people get these mixed up. Target is an aim. This is the target for the day. We're aiming towards this. Goal is the actual visionary Like, this is what is the ideal situation. Okay? So have no targets, have no goals for your employees. You should, in your monthly one-on-ones, you should be going over their goals. Hey, Billy, why are you here? Thomas, why are you here? Why are you working here? No, not just because of the paycheck, not just because you can't leave. Like, what is your goal? What is your mission? Okay? What do you want to achieve? You know, I just talked to someone on what their goals was, and you know what she said? She said she wants to help, you know, the orphans. She wants to help orphans in Mexico, people without family members. That is a big goal and requires a lot of finances. Okay, and that is going to get someone. That is actually going to get someone to push, to motivate, to drive, to hit targets. Yeah, Janice, dude, stop wasting money and time on employees who aren't engaged. You know, trust me, if you're doing everything on this list too, that I'm going to say, like if you're doing all the right things, if you're giving them targets, if you're providing them with opportunities, if you're demanding them and you're pushing them, and they're still not getting it, why are you keeping them around? Okay. Have no threat in the environment. One thing that I love about this organization that we have here, everybody can create this, by the way. We have something special here. We're 10X fanatics. We're 10X freaks over here. Okay. But Grant's not like coming down talking to me one-on-one. His office is like, 30 feet away from me. Okay. I see him from time to time, but it's not hard to create what we have here. Okay. If you have great leadership, okay, if you have great leadership, you have targets, you have goals. Okay, if I'm an employee, I need to have some type of threat in the environment. What happens if I don't hit the target? What happens if I don't do the training? What happens if I'm showing up late? What happens if I'm showing up hungover? Nobody would dare show up hungover, in this office. Nobody would dare, question the target. Nobody would dare make any excuses. Nobody would dare not train. Because there's a threat in the environment. Okay. And it's not like a bad threat. It's like, hey, we have high expectations. As a manager, we got to set the standard. We have to set the repercussion. If we keep lowering the bar, we're just going to keep lowering our people. Oh yeah, you had a busy day. You don't have to train. Yeah, you had a busy day. You set some good appointments. You can go home early. Okay, you had some drama with your boyfriend and girlfriend. That's okay. You don't have to make as many calls. You got to stop babysitting them. You guys are running a multi-million-dollar business. You guys are managing. You guys are controlling. You guys are leading a multi-million-dollar business. This isn't a daycare. Stop letting the kids control what they want in the playground. It's your guys' playground. You guys get to decide who gets to go down the slides and what slides are going to produce the most revenue. Just because Billy wants to be on the monkey bars, doesn't mean the monkey bars aren't producing the revenue. We got to direct. Have no demand to achieve the targets. I have so many managers, they set these targets, they set these standards, but there's nobody pushing the target. There's got to be someone who's pushing it, okay? There is no problem. There is no shame in micromanagement, okay? I'm just going to be honest. Most people don't think it's PC. Most people don't think, most millennials are against it. But I want to micromanage, especially when the target is acquired. In order to hit a 35,000 person event, Grant had to micromanage. In order to create a $100 million annual company, in order to acquire $1 billion worth of real estate, you're going to have to micromanage. You're going to have to demand to make sure targets are hit. Okay? Because guess what? If someone is not on par with getting the targets, you got to make sure that they understand the importance behind the target. When we had the 35,000 person event, you know how often Grant got an update? He got an update every 15 minutes. on ticket sales. Okay? The target was so huge, he wanted a 15-minute report every 15 minutes so he could see how the needle was moving. So when you guys have a real important target as a manager or as a leader, you guys need to be on that target. You guys just can't let it slide. You got to be like, okay, if the target's huge, if the target's massive, I want 15-minute report. How many tickets we're at? How many tickets we're at? If an hour goes by, he's calling up our webmaster, and he's like, what are you messing up, man? It's been an hour. The tickets haven't increased. Okay? He's going to call Todd, our sales director. Get those salespeople on the phone. Call them. Call people. Hey, why haven't you bought a ticket yet? Okay? So there's got to be a demand, because without that push, our sales director and our sales team doesn't know to call them up and switch the agenda on that to push the target for the tickets. Our webmaster isn't going to know to put some more marketing campaigns going on out there. And I'm sure you guys got hit with a lot of marketing campaigns. Okay, that's the activity. That's the level it takes to hit the target. So you guys got to keep demanding on it. You guys can't just set a target out there and not keep track and keep check of where we're at with the target. If your target's 10 appointments, okay? If your target's 10 appointments every hour, I'm gonna be how many appointments we at? How many appointments we at? How many appointments we at? If it's leases, you know, we need 5 leases today. Who can we call? Who can we bring back? Who did a tour? You know, if it's furniture, okay, we need more people in here. You know, the traffic's low this month. Let's start calling customers we sold. Hey, you purchased from me a month ago. I just want to thank you so much for your purchase. Thank you so much. I'm the manager over here, and I want to let you know most people that bought what you got ended up coming in and buying this item and this item. We're doing a special sale just today for you. When can you come in here and get that? You know, but most people are scared to do that. Or maybe, hey, thanks so much for purchasing the furniture. You know, we really value you as a customer. Who do you know that could benefit from a furniture set just like the one you got? Managers, salespeople, they're all scared to make that call because they don't want to confront. They don't want to confront their finances. Okay? Because if you confront your finances, I will make that call. You know, you give me someone to call, I'll call them. I'm going to hit the target. Have no penalties for missing targets. This one's big. Most people are scared to put a penalty behind missing the target. And what could that be? Let's say a target gives them a certain bonus or a commission or a spiff. You know, it's like, okay, if you guys don't hit that target, nobody qualifies. If the group does not hit the target, nobody qualifies for that next spiff. Nobody qualifies for XYZ. There's got to be a penalty. There's got to be a penalty so they can have that threat. Okay, and then they won't have that entitlement. They're not going to have that entitlement mentality. So you guys got to put that penalty on there. You know, we got to have 20 demos today. 20 demos today. You guys get a pizza. You guys get pizza on Saturday. 20 demos, you get pizza on Saturday. And if you don't get 20 demos, you guys all have to pitch in and buy the pizza for the managers. Yeah, try flipping that one around. Yeah, why do you guys always have to be the ones buying the pizza? Flip it around. Hey, we're going to hit a target, and I want you guys all to agree that if you guys don't hit the target, you guys are buying pizza for the managers. Just everybody put in $5. You guys sign this, that you agree. Oh, they're going to be motivated to hit the target. People are more motivated not to lose $5 and their dignity than they are about getting an extra $50. It's crazy. People are more worried about losing $5 and their dignity than making an extra $200, than pushing to do an extra $200. So you guys got to have a penalty, because most people don't like losing. Most people don't like losing than they like winning. And you got to understand your people. You guys got to try different things with them. You got to try different things with them to see, you know, what's going to get them excited about targets. It's very similar to marketing. Anybody in the marketing, like, you got to try different campaigns. Okay, you got to keep trying different campaigns to see what customers react to, so they actually come in. You got to do the same things with your team. How can we be creative to get them incentivized? You know, we had this amazing incentive. Okay, for the top 3 salespeople, For the top 3 salespeople, Grant Grant took them to go shooting guns out of a helicopter for our top 3 salespeople 1 month. He's like, hey, top 3 people, I'm going to take you to a shooting range. It's not a normal shooting range. We're going to be strapped to a helicopter and you're going to be shooting guns. Oh, we had a real high performance month. And those 3 salespeople had an experience like no other. I didn't even know stuff like that existed in Florida. Okay. This one's huge, and most of you guys have this in your organization right now. If you want disengaged employees, have poor examples around you. Look at your leaders. Look at your top performers. Look at yourself. Am I being a poor example as a leader in the organization? Because guess what? Your people are going to mimic 80% of what you're doing. If I'm at peak performance, if I'm at high levels as a leader, as a manager, my people are only going to mimic 80% of that. So as a leader, we gotta have great attitude. We gotta be engaged. We gotta be on it. Okay? But let's say we're the opposite. Okay, we're down, we're coming in lethargic, we're making excuses, we're yelling at our people. They're just gonna mimic that. Am I being a poor example as a leader? Am I being a poor example as a manager or as an owner? As an owner, I know we got owners in here. Are you going in and getting your hands dirty? Are you sitting back, not showing up to the office? I own the place. I don't need to be here, right? Well, if you're the poor example, guess what? Your people are going to mimic that. They're going to see that, okay? One thing that's really successful about this, Grant is the hardest person I've ever met. He's coming into the office early. He's working all day, and then he's leaving late. He's always working, and we have a very high example there. So if you're an owner on this call, what can you do to be a high priority example? Because that could be costing you more money than you think. As a manager, am I being a poor example to my staff? And then in your sales team, if you're letting your top performers get away with not hitting cultural standards, if you have a top performer, all right, here's a big one. I want you guys definitely writing this. Let's say you have $1 million performer. They're producing $1 million in sales, but they're not training, they're not showing up on time, and they're just not duplicatable, okay? You got a $500,000 performer showing up, doing the right things, and is training, okay? $1 million performer is not duplicatable, it is not scalable. Stop protecting your top performers who are not doing the right actions. They're poor examples. We can't duplicate it. Okay? Even Grant's called our top performer something that wasn't duplicatable. I'm sure you guys know Mike Bonnet. Grant called him a freak of nature. Okay? He's like, most people can't get away with the stuff Mike Bonnet does on the phone. He's our top sales producer. He's making $1 million. But he's training now. He's doing all the right things. Okay, he's actually becoming coachable right now. He's actually doing things that are more duplicatable and scalable, and he's being a good example. Okay, but let's say the opposite happened. He was a poor example. He wasn't training. He was just a hot shot doing his own thing. Like I'd much rather fire that person, because guess what? They are going to poison the rest of the group. The $500,000 performer is duplicatable, it's scalable, he's training, he's doing the right things. I can duplicate that guy 5 times in a row, and he's going to be worth $2.5 million. And the $1 million guy, if people followed his footsteps, could barely even do 100,000 in sales, because they can't duplicate what he's doing. So you guys got to have the right examples in the organization. You guys can't have someone skipping steps. You guys can't have someone, not abiding by the culture, not showing up on time. You got to have the right examples. So if you want your people disengaged, just have poor examples. Have lack of a culture and accountability. What I love about what we do here is we have culture, okay? We have it all over the place. We have a certain set standard of no negativity allowed. Do more than you think is possible. Take massive action. Always, always, always agree, okay? The culture that we've created here is just unbelievable. If we had any lack of it, we would be hindering our sales. Look at your culture. Who in your culture is robbing you guys? And then, of course, accountability. Most managers, most leaders are afraid to hold their people accountable. Oh, I don't want to lose them. I don't want to push them too hard, right? They're going to be disengaged if I hold them accountable. Look, it's the complete opposite. If you teach them about finances, if you show them the problem, if you show them the opportunities, if I lay out a financial plan for them to hit, I'm going to keep them engaged by holding them accountable. Hey, remember in our one-on-one last month, you wanted to hit this target. Well, in order to hit that target, you need to be training. You need to improve your skill set, because if you keep doing the same thing that you're doing last month, you're going to produce the same result. You got to do something different. You got to train. You got to figure out what you're doing to get a better result from it. And I'm going to hold you accountable to these activities, because in order to hit 100 grand, in order to hit 250K, in order to hit $1 million, you know, they need someone else helping them with their accountability. Because guess what? Once they start having a good month, they're going to start getting a little bit comfortable. They're going to get that swag, and it's going to be hard for them to inspire them if you're not keeping them accountable to what they wanted to hit. Okay, and especially the company goals. You know, if all of a sudden we had a push for tickets and Grant said, guys, hit the phones, hit the phones, hit the phones. We're all hitting the phones. We don't have any employee here that'll say, you know, I don't feel like making a phone call right now. You know, I got other work to do. I got emails to answer. I'm in a meeting. I'm sure you hear that from some of your guys. Oh, I can't make cold calls right now. I can't prospect because. I can't make the calls because. Okay? Look, you got to have the type of leadership management where it's like, hey, when we hit the phones, we hit the phones. We hit the list. Okay? And when you have that type of firepower, when you have that type of examples, when you have that type of culture, anything is possible within your organization. And then, of course, the big one, have no training. You want disengaged people, just don't train them. Don't show them there's a way to get better. Don't show them that there's a way to grow. Don't show them that they're going to be stuck exactly with what they're doing. Okay? Training is supposed to be there to inspire. Okay? Training is supposed to be there to make sure that they're doing the right things, that they have a plan to hit the targets and the goals, so that they can put a demand on themselves. So guys, this is a list. Take a screenshot, steal this, use it in your organization. Okay? You should hang this up. Hey, you know, if we want to be disengaged, this is what we're going to be doing. If we don't want to hit targets, if we do not want to get better, here's what we should be doing. So as we're a training company and all you guys are on our training services, you guys got to have a commitment to training. Okay, our training is not a beta test anymore. Okay, this training has been proven to increase results. If you guys have seen an increase in results in your company, put in the comments. What results have you guys seen from training? What results have you guys seen in your investment to Cardone University? Guys, I want you to put this in here, because I'm telling you, there are some people in here that are afraid to push their people to train. Okay, just your quick win in the comments here, guys, from what you guys have seen is going to help inspire people to go make more money. So guys, like, for those that are passively listening, the ones that I haven't fully gravitated your attention, I want you guys really putting in here on these comments, because there is someone in here that is afraid to push their people to train. Put in your wins, guys, because I want this to help someone. And that's why we take successes. The successes are one for us to remind us what we're doing for companies. Okay, and then the second thing is for other companies to realize, like, training always works 100% of the time. 100% of the time works. The only time training doesn't work is when it doesn't have the following rules. So let's begin. Man, I'm loving what I'm hearing, guys, in the comments here. Actually, let me try to share some of these if I can see it. More confident salespeople, better and more thorough follow-up, increase in sales and customers. We're now the 4th largest Jeep dealer in the U.S. That's what I'm talking about. We have created rock stars out of people who have never sold anything before, and they're dominating. Weller is committed to training every day. Everyone is incredibly more confident and dedicated. Rick Rick from Savannah South and Crestview. Oh my gosh, they crush it every single week with our training. Thank you, Rick. We do not have our guys training the way they truly should be. However, with the training they have done, we have seen great results. I need to step it up as the owner. Look, guys, any but one of you guys want a one-on-one with me, I'm here to call you to help you guys grow and to get you guys better at this game. Mike, I love your calls. Mike calls me at 8 o'clock at night. I'm going to pick up your call, Mike. Okay, I'm dedicated. I'm committed to you guys. Okay. I personally have started better recruiting practices thanks to the training. We are now catching fish instead of waiting for fish to jump in the boat. Guys, that's big. How many of your guys have employees that are just waiting for ups, waiting for you to distribute the leads, and then they complain about the leads? Troy over here is now going out and catching the fish. We're not just here to wait for fish. So guys, there's a lot of wins, there's a lot of successes, guys. Keep these up. Any stories you guys hear, because there's some people in here that really need this. So here's the commitments to training. Training is the way to create culture. Okay, not just our training, like just training in general. Okay, Cardone University definitely creates culture of massive action and doing the right things. Guys, if anybody who's gone through all of Cardone University content, I'm telling you, it's just everything that your people need to be doing. That's what it is. It's reminders of everything that they need to be doing that we laid out in a playbook, like an NFL player has or an NFL coach has. You guys have a playbook to sales. There's nothing in there that's going to damage them. There's nothing in there that's trickery, that's psychosis, psychology, whatever. It's all just actions. What do my people need to take actions on? Okay? You know, and what are you training your people and what are you conditioning your people? You are creating your culture through training. And if you guys are dismissing that, you know, you guys are robbing your culture and you're robbing your business. You guys got to put priority in training. You know, and I'm not just our training. You got to train and you got to condition your product, your industry, your management systems. Okay, we got to, here, let me see. I'm going to share with this. So I'm going to show you our new hire training book for my department here. Okay. So we have a 9-week program. This is our 9-week training program for every new hire. Every single person in here goes through this 9-week program at the same time they're going through Cardone University. All right. We put a priority on training. We have checklists. We make sure that they're hitting this to the point before they even service a customer. So I got new hires I'm training right now. We're even teaching them certain follow-up processes, like how to follow up day 1, day 4, day 7, just like the follow-up tool in our system. But this is specific to our company. You guys have your specific company training, and you guys got Cardone University training. We have our specific company training, and we have the Cardone University training, okay? You just got to understand where everything fits. So training is the basis of accountability. How can I hold someone accountable to something that they don't know what to do? You cannot hold someone accountable to something if they don't know how to do it right. You got to keep them trained so you can hold them accountable to it. You know, if I tell someone to, you know, if I tell someone to take out the trash, okay? If the person doesn't know where to take the trash out, if they don't know where the trash can is, if he doesn't know the security code to get to the trash facility, okay, we can't hold him accountable to it, okay? Hey, just take the trash out, all right? I don't know what trash you're talking about. You know, we don't know where to put it. We don't know the security clearance code to do it. So in order for them to be held accountable to it, we need to train them, all right? This is the trash can. This is where we're going to put it. It requires this access code. Me as a manager, I'm going to walk you through this so you know how to do it. So now that I'm teaching you, that we've trained you, we can hold you accountable to it. Okay? Because like so many managers are just trying to hold people accountable to stuff that they're not even constantly training. How can your guys get more sales if they're not constantly working on training on sales? If they don't even know how to shake someone's hand, if they don't even know how to ask qualifying questions. Look, training indicates belief in your guys. Guys, this is huge. A lot of people view training as a punishment, especially if I'm a top person. Okay? It's the complete opposite. Training is a privilege, especially if you're mapping out a financial plan for them, especially, like if you invested in our training. It shows that you believe in your people and that they can get better and that they can improve. Okay? If I do not push you to train, it means I don't care about you. If I hire a gym trainer and I want to get in shape, if my gym coach does not push me to go to the gym, that trainer does not care about me and doesn't care about my health. If you hire a training company that all it is you're getting them to do 3 or 4 or 6 chapters a day, and all you have to do is look at a report and make sure that they're hitting that number. And if I'm not doing that, I do not believe in their ability to improve, and I'm not caring about them as well as I should be. Because if I care about them, I am going to push them to get better every day, just like my health trainer should do in the gym. Training must be available to educate, prepare, and repair. A lot of people think training is just for educational purposes, and then once you watch a training video, you're good to go. Okay? Training is much more than that. Training is much more than just giving them knowledge. I can give someone knowledge all day long, but what am I doing with that knowledge? We need to prepare. We need to role play. Okay? Hey, I don't have time right now. I understand. I'm not going to waste your time. You at least have 30 seconds to let you know exactly why I'm calling you, sir. We got to role play that. I'm not interested. Of course you're not interested. It'd be a little weird if you're interested. This is a cold call. If you're interested, sir, I wouldn't know what to do. I wasn't prepared for that. I was only calling my not interested list. They got to get loose. They got to prepare for that. Most people, hey, I'm calling from Allstate. It's been 6 months since I called you last, and you said to call you back in 6 months because you weren't interested. And I wanted to know if you were interested in, switching your insurance policy. The first thing I tell her, I'm like, Sarah, I'm not interested. And then Sarah goes, oh, okay. Well, I'll call you back in another 6 months. Guys, you got salespeople doing that every single day. I get cold calls from it all the time. I'll put my name and information in my client's leads list. I've actually put my cell phone number in some of your guys' leads list, and some of the things I'm hearing is just like, really? I thought we're training on their stuff, and that's really an indication of my job. I'm not doing job helping you guys perform with their training. Because if I call your office, if I call one of your guys' office, I call one of your guys' stores, and they just answer it, hello? And I thought it was a cell phone. I called this one dealership this morning. I'm not going to call them out. I called this one dealership. Guy answers his phone, out of breath. Hello? I'm like, is this the blank dealership? Yeah. What can I do for you? Absolutely terrible experience. I call another dealership. Hey, it's a great day at this dealership. What can I get you information on today? Boom. Hey, I'm calling for Bob. Or hey, I need a new vehicle in this department. Or furniture. Hey, it's a great day at the furniture store. My name's Rhett. What can I get you information on? They need to be trained on this stuff. They can't just be asking. They can't just be like, friendly furniture. What am I supposed to do with that information? Have you ever heard your people answer the phone and all they do is just say the company name? Hey, it's Friendly Furniture. Okay, but what do I do? Oh, it's the best insurance. Okay. How's your day going? It's a great day. What can I get you information on? They need to be educated, and they need to prepare, and they need to role play it. And for those inbound calls too, they need to role play and prepare. Hey, I want your best price. I'm not coming in. I'm not setting any appointments. They need to be able to prepare and be like, excellent, sir. I'm happy to give you the best price. And thank goodness you don't want to set an appointment because, gosh, I'm pretty slammed over here. What price do you want on the product you're calling about? You got to put them at ease. They got to prepare for that stuff. And then they need to use it for repair. So what happens when they lose the deal? What happens when they mess up a close? We need to be able to use training to repair that situation. That's why we have these quick fixes. That's why we have these handling objections tools. That's why we have this pick your problem tool in our training. It's not just to educate them, but you guys got to repair them when you see something wrong as a correction tool. So make sure they're not doing it again. And training must include testing. Obviously, all of our training has those multiple choice tests. Guys, you guys are managers, you guys are leaders. If you guys have done our tests, like, they're pretty simple. Okay? If you're paying attention, there's 3 questions long, true or false, multiple choice. Yeah, there are some trick ones every now and then, but they're so simple. If you see your team with a low passing percentage, like if you see less than 70% in their pass to fail ratio, they're not engaged. You got to check to make sure they're engaged with the training. If they're passing 80 to 90% of the time, these are easy questions, guys. They are paying attention. If you see your guys below like 50%, 40%, they are not learning a dang thing in our training. And don't say our training's not working when Billy is doing 50% passing percentage. I'm like, you're right. You know, it's definitely not working when someone's not even listening to it or hearing it or knows what to do with the information. You're absolutely right, it's not working. And I take responsibility for the fact it's not working, that Billy's at 50%. And I take full responsibility for the fact that you're not paying attention as a manager to see if Billy's even engaged with the training. It's got to include testing, and it must include reporting to management. That's why you get those automated reports. You guys have access to the program. You guys can pull reports at any time. If you guys need help with reporting, let me know. I want to make sure everything's transparent. I have some companies on this call that get reports sent to their entire team. Okay? I send a report, you know, to our sales team every single morning. I send a report to my sales team. It's the most important thing, because I can't hold people accountable if there's no reporting for my management and for my leaders, for everybody on this call, or to ownership. Okay? We got to know what people are doing. So what are you going to take action on today? All right, some people may go through this information. They're like, you know what? I know some of this stuff. Yeah, this is good. I've heard this before. But why aren't you doing it? Why do you have disengaged employees? Why do you have people living paycheck to paycheck? Why aren't your people saving money? If you know this stuff, why aren't your people training? Why aren't you hitting execution targets? What excuses are you making? So I really want you to come and like sink this in. What pieces of data can you pull today that you can actually take action on? Okay. If you guys should have my information by now. If not, I'm not doing a good job at my job. Okay. And I want you guys to really reach out to me anytime you or your staff needs help, anytime you need help trying to figure out this training. Because guys, there is a lot of content in our training. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. We have thousands of training modules in this, whether you're on Cardone On Demand, the custom training content, Cardone University. Guys, we have a lot of content. Okay. And one category that I see underutilized, especially by the people on this call, is you guys may not even be confronting this. Okay. Some managers and leaders are so blind that they don't even see that we have management training. Right? So guys, if you want to see where your associates, that's a great question, Janice. Okay, I'll focus more on prepare and repair immediately. All my employees are thoroughly trained, but there has not been enough checks on preparedness. That's where role play and correction come in. So guys, if you guys want to know where to go in to see reports, like if you're seeing my screen, top right corner, these reports should be here if you have the right access level. If you're on this call and if you guys don't have the right access levels, let me know, okay? Usage reports, plural, this third one is going to show you all the usage going on in the platform. All the usage, okay? You can filter it, you can monitor it. Only manager access level and above can see this, okay? Your salespeople can't see this. You guys can come in here, you can filter it by whatever date range, by whatever teams you guys have set up in here, okay, by whatever access levels, and it's going to show you how many signed in, how many trained, how many passed, how much they're failing. And you guys can click in on this to see, you know, who exactly these people are. And if you want to know passing percentage, so I just clicked on these numbers. So this is our admin test account. And I filter this by passing percentage. It's right here in this column. Ala Lewis, 27% pass, 0 failed. He's engaged. 98%. Andrew Kasparis from Cardone Team Canada, 98%. Another Canada, 94%, 92%, 92%. This is how you check engagement. If you see people in the 14%, 17%, 20%, 35%, don't worry. If you recognize some names, these are just their demo accounts. They're not that bad. Dave. So that means they're not engaged. If you see this passing percentage below 70, they're not engaged. So that's how you guys can come in here and check this out, okay? And guys, that's what I'm here for. If you guys have any questions, like reach out to me. Like I'm reaching out to you guys. If I'm doing the right thing, you guys probably got some voicemails from me. You're like, oh my gosh, it's Rhett. I haven't trained. Thanks, Rick. Thanks, Bristine. I really appreciate you guys being on here. So it wouldn't be a webinar. It wouldn't be a Grant Cardone webinar if there wasn't some pitch in this, okay? I would be doing myself a disservice to have a captive audience like you guys without at least delivering some type of pitch or offer. So one, commit to yourself, send me an email with your actionables. Look, I'm really here to help. So all this data that I got here today, okay, all this data came from our 3-day boot camp. Okay, our 3-day boot camp is Grant really going, educating business owners, sales managers for 3 days, going over the sales process, marketing cycles, and accountability and systems and how we actually do operations here. We do a boot camp every single quarter. You know, I'm sure some of you guys on this phone call have been to a boot camp. If you've been to a boot camp, like put in there. Like the boot camp is unbelievable. Like if you've been to one of these, it's literally deep diving on issues like this. Like what I just went over here today was like 2 pages of a 3-day boot camp, okay? So this is our boot camp price, and the next one's July 12th through 14th. If you know any managers, or if you know yourself or owners or anybody, even sales professionals, okay, that want to come here to Miami, really understand how we're building the culture, how we do our sales process, and teach you how to develop that, and actually give you a training manual, okay, for your people to bring back. This is just Grant. This isn't like pitching. It's literally a workshop where Grant's going deep dive. Bristy said the boot camp changed my life. Awesome. It changed my life too. I've been to 5 of these boot camps. Okay, 5 of these things. Okay. So these are the boot camps right now. It's on sale, $35,000 for an executive tickets for 3 days here in Miami. Grant's going to be teaching them everything with sales, giving them a trainer manual to really bring back to your organization to really focus on topics like this. VIP tickets front row, $7,500. You get lunch with Grant and the team, exclusive networking opportunities. Okay, real soft pitch on this because honestly, like we're selling this event out and we're not even trying. There's limited space. There's only 500 people. And look, if you're really trying to make a commitment, reach out to me, email me. Hey, I want 2 tickets to boot camp, executive. I want 3 tickets VIP. You know, or maybe, hey, what deal can you get for me? Okay, like just reach out. Any interest, I want you guys emailing me on this thing because I'm telling you, like having Grant go through stuff like what I just did here today, like it is absolutely life-changing for the business. If you can get a sales manager, you know, fully trained for $3,500 and come back and produce an additional $350,000 in revenue, guys, this is no money, okay? And then also in our training, okay, some of you guys have this feature, okay? You guys may not know this, but we have partnered up with third-party trainers. You guys, like some of you guys don't just have Grant Cardone's content. You guys have additional trainers. And one notable mention I want to say here today is Dave Anderson's Game Changer. This is management and leadership training where we've actually developed systems for. Okay, if you guys have had Dave Anderson's sales training or management training in your program, you guys have access to this. If you do not have this in management training, it means that wasn't added on to the training. Okay. I'm doing an offer for anybody who does not have Dave Anderson's program here today. It is complete leadership and management training, topical management discussions, Q&A, coaching clips, 3-minute management meetings, 40-day super leadership training camp. A lot of you on this call probably have this and may not even know this is here. Okay. These are all the things you're going through as a manager: developing others, attitude, recruiting, personal growth, urgency, developing the organization, cultural development. There is like over 1,000 trainings for you as a manager within this program. So if you guys check in your Cardone University account, if you guys don't have this game changer management training, okay, what I'm doing here today is anybody who doesn't have this, it's just an additional $295 a month for all of your managers to actually have leadership development training, coaching clips, to go over system and accountability and cultural standards, just like we did on today's call. Okay. So 2 offers today, guys. Email me. You guys, if you want tickets to the boot camp, 3,500 executives, 7,500 on VIP tickets, July 12th through 14th here in Miami. Grant deep diving on this stuff with you, your managers, your team leads, and you guys in the ownership. And then Dave Anderson leadership training is just $295 a month to add on your training account. And if you already have Dave Anderson training, guys, go in there. It's going to make you a better manager, and it's going to get you more proficient at the stuff I'm talking about here today. So, guys, really hope you enjoyed this. I wanted to keep this, shorter than an hour, but I really want you guys reaching out to me more. I reach out to you guys as much as I can, but I manage a lot of accounts, and I care each and every single one of you guys, and I really care about your people getting better and improving. So email me. It's Rhett@grantcardone.com. Most of you have my cell phone. I probably left enough messages on there, or texted you, or sent you a video. And guys, really appreciate your time. For anybody, if any team member, any manager that did not make this call, I'm recording it, and I'm going to email this out to you guys. So you guys are great, and I really love and I really appreciate working with you guys. You guys are special to me, and your people are special. Have a great day, guys. Thanks so much.